Hello, JLC here, coming at you with another Transformer review, and here we have most anticipated figure on my part. We have the Legacy United Armada Wheeljack. Not Sideswipe, Wheeljack. If you know, you know. And yeah, we'll take a quick look at his box. His funly shaped, but ultimately terrible box because no plastic. Nice artwork, though. I will give them that. So, yeah, enough of the box. We don't want to see the box. We want to see the contents of said box. And here we have the Wheeljack. And, yeah, I have been very much looking forward to picking up this figure. It was a little bit hard to find in my area, so I was really glad to have that Black Friday deal, not sponsored, and to pick them up on the cheap, which was very, very nice. But yeah, let's get into it right here. And first off, I gotta say, I love this chest and head. They knocked it out of the park. If you know this character from Armada, if you ever had that toy, this is spot on right here. Just love that they have that embossed Autobot logo with the slash and the tech details and the itty bitty Decepticon logo. Itty bitty. But yeah, that pretty much nails that part of it. And then the rest of it, it looks good. It looks pretty good. I have a couple complaints with it, and I'll get into, but overall, pretty good. Yeah, and we'll get into the articulation here. We have a very stiff kind of ball joint for the head. You had the pretty standard arm articulation. Nothing really hinders it. You got that waist. You got almost the splits. You get a little under the 90. You got the ankle tilt. And let's see, can he do the high kicks? Can he stand on one leg? Yeah, he can actually. But can he stand on his head? Can he stand on his head? Can he? Can he? If you want to hook things, I guess he can. Kinda. Yeah, but not really. So yeah, so one of my major complaints, one of my major gripes with this figure, is it's just another Siege Sideswipe. Like, how many of these have we gotten? I mean, yeah, it works. It works. It's a good mold, but this is like, what, the fifth use of it? So, yeah, for that reason, it knocks this figure down a little bit. It's getting, that mold's just getting a little old. I think it's about time you kind of retire that. And then the other thing is, as much as they nailed for Armada Wheeljack for this, I can't quite put my finger on it, but like the silhouette is off. Just ever so slightly, the silhouette is off for this character. I think maybe it's the not having the wheels on the shoulder and not having those big old doors back out here. So that drags it down a little bit for me. I've seen some good upgrade kits that I don't normally bother with upgrade kits, but for this guy, I might actually do that because he needs it a little bit. But yeah, let's get into his accessories. He has his little sword stick thingies. That wasn't part of the original mold, but was very crucial for the character. So I'm glad they included that. So yeah, you can get some pretty good poses with him and his little stick thingies. I'm sure there's a name for him, but I don't know what it is. And you get the standard gun that you can drop on the floor, because dropping guns is always great. You got the standard Sideswipe, Red Alert, Missile Pod thingy that really doesn't go with this character at all. But yeah, you can plug it on there. I don't know why you'd plug it on that side, but you can plug it on there. Yeah, so yeah, you can plug that on there. Have his little missile. Have him look even more like Sideswipe. So yeah, not bad, but I don't know. I don't care too much about this. So But yeah, he's overall he's really, really good. I think if you had to pick a mold to just slightly retool to make him, I think this is the way to go. But yeah, it does suffer a little bit for that. And then yeah. So the other major complaint I have is there is like nowhere good in this robot mode to put these if it's not in his hand. And that bugs me a little bit. It like that's the best you can do. It's yeah, not great. So yeah, overall, as far as my ranking for robot mode goes, despite my overall complaints, I'm gonna go ahead and give him a 3. And I'm going to take kind of those gripes kind of out of these other categories because as a figure in of itself, apart from the source material, he's really good. It's a solid robot mode. You know, my complaints are solely in that it doesn't match completely the source material. So, yeah, but it's a solid robot mode. It really is a solid robot mode. So he's going to get a 3 for that robot mode. So I'm going to go ahead and get to transformation. And yeah, before I do that, it's another reason why I think this mold's time to retire. Because this does not lock in at all. And I have not had a problem with that on any of my other versions of this mold. And yeah, it just kind of it likes to flop, and yeah, that's not ideal. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get this guy transformed. All right, and there he is in his very, very nice car mode. Yeah, not a lot of notes for transformation other than that little loose joint here. You know, it's the sideswipe transformation again. You know, what could I say? But the one new thing here, besides that nice blue paint, which I do quite love, is you have these little holes here that you can plug his little sword thingies in. And that was a nice touch. Wish they carried that over to the robot mode, but it's nice to stick it on the car, and those actually make it look pretty good here. But yeah, for transformation here, I'm gonna give it a 2. Again, because I have had to take my complaints out of somewhere, and like I said, it's just the sideswipe transformation again. How many times have I done that? It's just the same thing over again. So, I mean, it's not a bad transformation. Not bad at all, but yeah, it's just, kind of boring at this point. So, yeah, and you can plug his gun up here. But I have to say, complaints about source material aside, this is a very, very solid alt mode. Like, this looks great in this black. This very kind of almost shiny black. It looks really, really good. And that hits of gold and just the right amount of silver on the back. Yeah, this is a very, very solid alt mode. Always been a solid alt mode. It looks really great in this colors. The remolding on the hood does just enough to differentiate it and make it Armada Wheeljack that I'm willing to forgive a little more of the back details, which is not accurate. But yeah, this just looks really, really good. So yeah, this is getting a 3 for alt mode. Like I said, this is a very fun alt mode. It looks great in these colors, and it rolls really good. Yeah. So yeah, I think it deserves a 3 here. So that brings me overall to my fun factor, which brings it down just a little bit. For fun factor, he's going to get a 2. He's a very solid figure. It's just that the inaccuracies in the robot mode and in the back of the alt mode just bugged me a little bit. Just bugged me just a little bit, and so that brings it down. So that brings Armada Wheeljack here to a solid 10 out of 12. He's a really good figure. I would definitely recommend picking him up if you don't mind having another War for Cybertron sideswipe, or if you really like that mode. Hey, this is a great use of it, I will say. But yeah, let's maybe make a new one now. I think this should be the last use of this mold. And if this is what you're going out as, this is the last use of the mold, this is a pretty good use of it, you know? All right, so moving on to the next segment. All right, so here we have Wheeljack here in robot mode for some comparisons. So we have his buddy slash nemesis Hotshot, and we'll bring in a couple of the other updated Armada dudes. Got Red Alert. And we got Starscream here. If you'll stand. Stand, Starscream. You are an honorable warrior, Starscream. Stand. Stand like you're supposed to. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. That's not right at all. Work with me, Screamer. Work with me. It's just comparisons. How hard could it be? Okay, there we go. All right. So, yeah, that's how that works out. That's how that works out. They look pretty good together. And here he is with the original Armada Wheeljack here. And here's his little Minicon buddy, which this guy unfortunately does not have. But, I mean, this guy never really appeared in the show. So I guess you can use that as reasoning. And yes, this is the America slash Takara colors. Takara colors had these blue, while the American had the yellow here. And I think the animation model had the blue as opposed to the yellow, so this is technically a little more accurate. As you can see, they pretty much nailed that chest and head pretty well. It's everything else that they didn't really get. And I don't know. Something about this silhouette doesn't quite translate. I mean, I don't think these wings aren't as prominent as I thought from the front, but it still feels, I don't know, still feels like it's missing a little bit. But yeah, they nailed the chest, which I guess I do appreciate paying attention to that detail, because that was very crucial for this character. So they nailed that. Just everything else is a little I suppose I could, no, I can't even twist it like that. But yeah, nothing really to be done with this mold. Alright, and so here we have them both in vehicle mode, and you can see the very drastic differences here, even more noticeable than on the robot mode. If I wasn't concerned with accuracy, this I actually kind of like a little better. Just this style of car. Again, I think this is a very fun looking car. But then my accuracy, my brain is like, they couldn't have added this to this. Yeah. But yeah, Again, they pretty much nailed that front there, but just the rest of it where it kind of falls apart. And just kind of show off his gimmick here. The big old gold doors, which can kind of be done on this one. It's kind of there. It's kind of there. I'll take it. I'll take it. But yeah, so that's how that works out. And yeah, these do have the little firing missiles here. So yeah. Fortunately, I haven't lost any of them yet. But yeah. And then I guess real quick, I'll just compare the sticks here. So yeah, these are a little more screen accurate, but yeah, kind of missing out on that play feature there a little bit. So yeah, moving on once again. All right, here we are at my winner's podium for my top 10 of 2025. And so far, things have stayed pretty stable here, but my next contender here is the Armada Wheeljack, who I have some gripes with, but he did get a 10 out of 10, so let's see how he compares with our bottom row here. And we have here Alchemist, and yeah, I think Wheeljack takes it. I think he knocks the bartender out. But can he compare with Perceptor and his little buddies? Yeah, sorry. Sorry, pal. The bat wins once again. But we do have a new number 10. So yeah, not bad for a late in the game entry, but we'll see if Wheeljack here can ride the wave of success or if he'll be washed up. Okay, now time for some random comparisons. Here we have Armada Wheeljack and Starscream, Rewind, and Ambulance, and G1 Skydive. So yeah, there you are.